Hey guys, welcome on. All right, welcome. Welcome, Salman. Welcome, guys. I'm giving everybody a bit more of a chance to get in. Because I understand it's been a long day. All right, welcome, people. All right. I'm going to start in a few minutes. Welcome, YouTube family. I'm starting a little bit later. So about 5 minutes later, GMT. But yeah, we'll get cracking with this. I'm going to hit record. Let's get crack on and see what. Okay, guys. So as an update, so for those of you who were on the live yesterday, you would have known that I was in pound Japanese yen. Okay, now the price reversed to my first resolve if I was going to close to take some profit, and it has done just that. And now the price has bounced around this algorithmic level here, and I expect the price to get to the next one, which is further up. Now it doesn't mean that pound Japanese yen won't sell off. Watching it back again, I do see that there is quite a few highs right here, all across here, that maybe the price might go for possibly. It doesn't have to. I do think pound Japanese yen will still sell. The area that I used for the sell, if you guys remember, this was a very beautiful order block right here. And the price has paid into this area so perfectly. So I'm watching to see what the price is really going to do from here. We've had a pullback really to demand over here. And it does depend. I mean, from where it is right now, the price could really give us a really cool entry again to sell. So I'm not going to don't trust me when I say I'm still going to sell. It's just I'm looking at the price action here and I'm taking it with a pinch of salt. I have made profit from pound Japanese yen. I could have closed a little bit earlier on, but I just decided to allow the price to be free to, do what needs to be done. I mean, with pound Japanese yen and all, sometimes with price action, guys, this is there's something that you can't avoid. It happens. So we closed pound Japanese yen at the first validation point that we were looking at here. And I expect the price to continue. Now, I don't know why I can't click on my arrow, but let me delete this anyway. So let's go down to the 5 minute here. Here we go, 15. So you can see how the price has reacted here. So I closed out exactly here. My aim was to close out maximum at 1519. I do see some highs up here, and the market structure is still bullish. From the H1 perspective, though, guys, and this is probably where we may get another re-entry. Who knows? The price doesn't have to go for this highs. This was the perfect push that the price needed to give us for a short. However, I'm watching this area here specifically. So this demand zone here, or to be fair, we can actually use the entire thing. If the price breaks above this demand zone, then I would be worried that the price is going to go long. So in other words, a reoptimization for demand for its original use would be a sign that we're probably going to have one more long. But this long, I don't expect it to be a heavy, crazy long or something like that, but just maybe to run these highs and possibly another short. For now, I mean, students, are you guys who's in USD CAD? Because I didn't get a chance to give the second entry, but I took a second one because I saw algorithmic point right here, and the price gave us what we wanted. All right, Sal's in. Okay, cool. That's what I like to hear. All right, but I'm glad that you guys caught this. Now this trade here, Greg's into. All right, perfect. All right, it's good to hear from you, my brother. Good to hear from you. Vico. All right, it's good to hear. I'll catch up with you again. Nice to see you on. But yeah, so now, guys, again, this is not the real trade we want. I'm just taking this short because we can take advantage of this movement. There's actually one more entry here on the 15-minute, which is if you want to be cheeky on the scalp here. The next 15-minute candle is going to close in 5 minutes. If there's a pullback according to my markings here, then you can go for the sell. But again, this sell is quite aggressive. And I'm watching the price action here. Now, I'm trying to stay disciplined. I know the price needs to get beneath the weekly low, and I want to see a long. But I'm not going to take away the fact that when I gave you guys this initial long here, I gave you guys an entry live at this point. I bought right here in the middle of this candle, and we saw a very strong long take place. My only other thing that I'm thinking is that if the price wanted to go a bit further down short, it may actually come back down and return to this order block, which is 46. Let's just call it 50 pips from where we are. So that can be T2. However, because we have this low right here is a very important low, is at the validation point, algorithmic level. So I wouldn't want to chance it and try to go past there. The price is already going to give us profit in a moment. I told you guys this is a scalp. So really, when it's a scalp, you just want to milk it. I'm not going to try to bother to fight the price. For those of you who understand the technical analysis teaching I've given you, you understand what this trade is. This is a very simple trade. It looks complicated, but it's easy, man. Trading should always be easy. Okay. But so far on this account, this is not the challenge account. I have it on the challenge account where I've tripled this account in 2 days, having fun trading crypto. It's been fun for me. I've even made a few withdrawals. You know what? I always tell you guys, even if it's just £10, all right, make sure you get a withdrawal going. All right. Always get a withdrawal going on because it helps with your psychology. Okay. If you don't reward yourself for the hard work you're putting in, or as I call it, making your money your employee, which is the aim, you're never going to really enjoy trading and you're not really going to have that drive to continue. You always have to reward yourself. Withdraw as in you take the money out of your account, brother. So once you make the money, you take the money out and enjoy it, you know? So for me, what I like to do, I just like to give money to the people that I love, or I don't know, buy protein because I like training. I don't know anything. It doesn't have to be crazy. Do you know what I mean? But it's just good for you to do, guys. So make sure you make some withdrawals. I've already tripled this account and I've taken out the initial 2. So I'm all right. Yeah, get you some. Yeah, I'll get some for me, bro. I'm coming to you for CMOS. You already know. CMOS is a must. When I come down that side, I'm coming to get CMOS, bro. But yeah, so this is the yeah, man. So this is the way that it should be. So for me, guys, trading should be simple and it should be simple for you too. I hope you guys have seen that I've made it as simple for all of you watching so that we can enjoy life as it should be. All right. So now I'm going to move on to the rest of the charts here. So pound USD, I think one thing that made me want to close as well, if I'll be really honest, I was watching the price action of pound USD and the price hasn't really filled out the H4 area here. And I'm very specific, as you guys can probably tell from the price. So this H4 area was the beauty that made us get this beautiful short in the first place. And now we had a reversal here on the H4 again. And this reversal that we had here, let me see. That's it. I like to hear that. Gain that knowledge, but brother. Sorry. So as I was saying, this H4 area, the price didn't return here. So it gave me a bit of a worry that why wouldn't the price want to return here when there's daily highs hanging around here? This is why I've closed pound Japanese yen and I'm taking a more observing role. Okay. Because I do think that the market is in that kind of phase there. So I don't really want to try to chance it to stay in pound Japanese yen for. There's no point. There's no point. I think it's wiser to just stay as it is and let the price do what needs to be done from there. Good to have you on, Abs. I see you there. All right, cool. So let's look at the market, guys. Really remember the FOMC minutes are tomorrow. So we're milking the markets now. So by now, guys, you should have enough profit on the accounts from all the trades I've given you, including the crypto trades too. You should have at least double your account now. So now you can ride the FOMC a bit more comfortably. All right. The US dollar is still very strongly bearish. Well, it's very not bearish on it, but it's very strongly bullish, but it's causing anything that's paired to the US dollar to, be controlled by it. Yeah, we're still in UC, bro. We're still in. It's not time to close, brother. It's still dropping. It's just closed below the 15-minute area. If it pulls back here, you can grab another entry if you want, just to the last bit, or just leave it. We already got 2 good entries. I need to fix the stop losses in a moment. Stop loss should be at break even. I didn't have the chance to think about that because I was on the live. But this is it, guys. So let's continue on. So USD CHF on the H4. I hope you guys are glad that I told you to close that pending order because, as I told you, there was anomalies in the price that I was seeing which I didn't like, so I wasn't happy for you guys to be in there. I do care about you guys, whether you believe it or not. I do, because I want to make sure you guys have the best. So I will never give you a trade which is gonna cause you harm, or my aim is not to give you a trade that's gonna cause you harm. Okay. So we've had this stop on here. And we've had a movement here, which on this H4, to me, the price has returned here right now. So potentially the price, if it stays in here, then we are going to go long. If not, then it's time to go short. Now, remember, there's a liquidity gap for all of you on YouTube. You've heard me call it. There's a liquidity gap from the last FOMC news and interest rate decision, funny enough, just beneath 90. 0.90. It's roughly around about here. Now, if I use the M30 on Hugo's way, we'll be able to see it a bit better. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to scroll back quickly. Here we go. Here's the liquidity gap. So the gap is between this range here. So between 138, sorry, and 89,935. So I want this gap to be filled. Now, underneath this gap, we have some price action here, which I believe the price should give us exactly. This is an exact target of 0.89648. Nothing more, nothing less. Once the price gets here at one point, then we'd be looking for a very good long after that. So this is my target. And this low is the low of the week, by the way, which is interesting. So looking at the price action without even having to go into too much detail, right now, this is the entry that we want. Okay, this is what you should be going for. And how the price will behave. This is why I'm being wary, because I know that, for example, I know USD CAD and USD CHF, if the US dollar is dominating, they possibly will go the same way, but there are variations. So just keep your eyes peeled, guys, for what the price may do here. All right, Euro USD. After, in the next 3 minutes, I'm just going to scan for trades for today, and then we'll call it a session. All right, so Euro USD is pushing long as we thought. Still, I do think that the Euro USD is going to go on short, but it's managed to survive in this area here. So if you guys remember this area here was the first area of demand where we could possibly have a reversal. However, the market has done something very interesting where it's dipped beneath here and actually used this area here. All right, and now from this area, the price is pushing long. I still do think we're bearish. The only way I would really change my mind is if I see a good break of the market structure. But from the sell that we've had over 200 pips so far, which is fantastic. But I'm still not completely convinced, that the price wants to go long just yet. I do think that if it does go long, all right, it'll be based on the USD news reversal. But then after, the price will kind of fall back in line again. Okay, because right now the fundamentals supporting the US dollar are a lot stronger than the euro in terms of which one will be a lot stronger in strength. And we can go through some of that later on. All right, so where am I looking at right now? Well, the price for now has gone long so far. And on the H4 here, we have this H4 supply zone at the moment that I'm looking at. And there's also been, and this is the key, there's a spike here we had last week where the price kissed the supply zone but hasn't returned. So I do think we have a little bit more of a long left, and I'm actually expecting the price to get to 1.18352. And from this point here, I do expect a short to happen. So I'm keeping my eyes peeled. This is why, again, it looks very US dollar dominated. And of course, when there's FOMC news coming out and things like that, guys, it's always going to be the case. All right, so you should be prepared for things of that sort. All right, now let's finish this off here. So looking at the price action where we are, and put this here, I expect the price to get here. We're not too far away from it because we have strong US dollar price action right now. It's getting even more stronger. But I have a theory here, and I'm going to take away this area of supply for a moment. All right, I think my camera is frozen for some reason. Apologies, guys. But anyway, this supply zone here, the price definitely did not return here. So I do think we might actually see the price return a little bit higher above this weekly high, possibly around about here. And from here, there's so many lows here, which I'm sure stop losses have been developed from here, that the price should run and give us another short. And if the price does give us a short, then I'll be looking for targets towards the November 2020. So the election spike inefficiency in price here. Or if this price is going to go long, then I expect it to pull back to the gap on the upside. Now, similar to USD CHF on the short side, there is a gap on Euro USD on the long side as well. And I'm going to have to go back to June 16th to grab it. So the gap, it might not be seen on the 30-minute, but the gap is here at 1.21. It's a 10 pip gap. It's between this range right here. So if the price does fill this out, that will be a fantastic movement to see. But now it really does depend on what happens in this area. If the price starts to break above H1 supply of this magnitude, then I think we'll definitely be seeing some long action. But for now, we're safe, okay? I'm looking for a short, but if the price decides to change stripes, then we're going to change over and look at other things. Okay, so let's move forward and see what else is in the market now. So let's go here. All right, so USD Japanese yen is still shorting. I do expect it to short based on the US dollar strength. And as I told you guys, that USD CHF, USD Japanese yen, it would give us a return back at one point, and it's because of this price action here. So really, we should be looking for the long that's going to happen on this very soon. And I was waiting for it, and now I think there's still a way to go. From what I'm looking at, I'm going to use the Fibonacci to just assess the price here a bit. We're still above equilibrium, so I believe that we need to drop beneath there. So I'm looking for somewhere in this high concentration area of volume along here. Now, this is a secondary demand zone, not a principal. So I expect to entry, guys, from here. And at best, if we're going to take USD Japanese yen for a long at one point or another, then at best, if the price wanted to spike beneath this low right here, then maybe we might get a slight pullback a little bit lower, and then after a long. So this is my view on USD Japanese yen. So really, we should be looking for a scalp to sell this and just ride the wave down as far as we can. Now, there's different ways we can go around that, and I'll be posting in our academy in a moment. But the easiest one right now for me is here. This H1 price cap, it looks good. It's probably not the best. I see a body break beneath it. Let me double check, zoom in. Okay, it's not the best, so we can use the alternative here. So let me go to the 30-minute and use that alternative here. So the other alternative is the 30-minute version of this zone. Let's see how the price has behaved here. We don't have what we want here. So what I'm trying to do at the moment is pull up the caps that we can find on the price that will help us to get the best entry going forward. So maybe it will probably be the 15-minute. Okay, let's see. Take this off, 15-minute. Okay, so 15-minute looks good. All right, 15-minute looks all right. It's not my favorite. Yeah, it's not my favorite. So I'm going to do something here. Let's take this a bit further. I'm going to have to use the larger version. Let me see what order block is there. Yep. All right, we can use this version of it then, because the only way we're going to get this area here would be one of these breaks or the day before. Let's just use the day before. Either one of them will work very well. So the day before seemed to work very well. Let me put something on here so we can get a better marking to what's going on. All right, let's put this here. Okay, so this is where we are right now. So this is our change point from where we're going to sell. This is where we're going to make the scalp. All right, I'm going to post this out in a moment. I need to let the price develop. It hasn't developed yet, so there's no point of going through that. But I think I'll have USD Japanese yen on lock. I think we can ride this wave down today, guys. It's making me think that USD CAD might do a bit more than I was anticipating for a short, but we're still closing at target one. If it does more, we re-enter, but if not, leave it, guys. All right, let's scan through and see what the market is doing, see what we can grab. Now, Tuesdays, guys, I'll be honest with you, be very careful. Whenever there's FOMC news the next day, okay, Tuesday can be one of those days where you have a good trade that does all of the technicals that you possibly would want, but then it reverses again. You're like, yeah, 100% you'll be there. I'm going to post it. Anything that I'm taking that I can post, I will definitely post it to you guys for sure. So looking at what we have here, guys, from the market, if we see any price action feature that is presenting a very good opportunity, make sure you close today. Don't hold it until tomorrow if you can. If the price is far away from the target, then monitor it carefully and make sure your stops are even, because most likely with US news, we will get a lot of spiking going on to kind of dishevel traders, if you want to put it that way. So I would say that to you guys, the same thing. Keep your eyes peeled. Even with USD CAD, where are we? USD CAD at the moment has just returned to this 15-minute area. So that means there's a third entry available right now. Will I take it? Probably am. See what happens. It's not a very big stop loss one, so I think it's not that bad. So yeah, I'm going to take it. If it breaks back past there, it doesn't matter. I'm still covered with other positions, but yeah. Catch it in the spike. My stop loss is going to go about here. Yeah, about 4.5 pips. And all I'm going to do is set an alarm for here. So if it doesn't work out, I haven't hardly lost anything, but I do think that This 15-minute pullback here is another entry to go. All right. So by the way, guys, if you're going to do something like this, your effective loss has to be 0 on your account. I'm reusing the losses that or the risk that I took. So in this 15-minute area now, I'm just taking this final one, not out of greed, but just having fun. Sometimes it's good to get your ticker going. Again, if in the next 4 minutes, or what's the time? It's 15:56 on the server time. So wait, let me just put this a bit higher because the spread is getting a bit higher for a moment. So what I'm doing here, just to walk you through it, is what's the stop loss? The stop loss is going to be most likely, you can use your stop loss as the entry for the first trade here. So what I'm doing, guys, by the way, when I'm taking this trade is I'm using the risk that I've already taken. And then all I'm doing is just when the price gives us a reoptimization of demand, I'm using it as a supply zone just to grab the last little bits of profit that are coming through this market before it closes out. So let's see what's happened on the minute. All right. So the entry was quite good. Perfect entry. You guys can see what's happening. So yeah, guys, go and put your stop loss. You can put it above the wick here, 1.25689, and just let that ride. But that should do good. And that's my last entry. There's no need to put any more. Let's continue the rest of what's going on the chart. So I think looking at the market, guys, there is potential for reversal definitely on Wednesday. Let me see something, guys. I just saw a price point here that's making me think, yep, I think we possibly might have the Bitcoin trade I'm waiting for. I know this is off the books, but sometimes things happen when they happen. There's no time to wait for the 6 o'clock session. Where is BTC? It looks like we just had the return back here, and it's time to go for another entry in a moment. All right. Yeah, I think it's about time almost. Okay. All right. So goes. I don't know what to say. I'm even saying that goes. I don't even know what that means, but I'm just going to scan through this quickly because now I think I know what's going on with the market here. So even more. So I'm going to be prepared. Let me leave that alone for a minute. Let me finish off the FX side. All right. I'm scanning through these pairs, not rushing, but just looking at the price action here. The price is not ready to produce any trades on the pound so far. So I'm leaving the pound alone, all of these pound pairs. When I look at gold now, gold is returning, guys, for our entry. So be prepared. I said to delete the pending orders, but the price is pulling back now, just in a better fashion. So the entry for gold, by the way, guys, is either this order block here, secondary supply, or with gold, the price may spike to the actual principal order block at the top here. So if you're going to take this, guys, remember all we're doing for this target again. Now, when you take this trade, be wary because right now the market is very US dollar dominated. The price is really moving very fast. All we want as a first target here is this, the price to return back to 1787. The reason why we want that is because when these prices 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wicks try to return back to recoup for demand, they weren't able successfully to do so. So we need the price to fill that area before it goes long or before it goes short. So that's our first target. I'll give you guys updates on this. Let the price just do what it's doing. Okay, so I'm going to leave gold open and let's double check on silver. All right, silver is doing what needs to be done too. Yeah. All right, no problem, bro. All right, here we go. So silver also, I'm watching on my other. If you see me look to my right, I'm looking at the other laptop. We still have the unfulfilled efficiency here that needs to be filled, and silver looks to be performing. I want you to notice, guys, silver and gold don't move the same way. Silver looks completely different on the 30-minute than gold. So never try to correlate them together because these are commodities, so they have a lot of other fundamental factors that contribute to how their price behaves. Okay, so don't worry about if gold is going long and silver is going short. Your technical analysis can be very correct. For this trade that we want for gold, we need for silver, we need an entry here, and our first target is back above here. And I've explained it in the chat, guys, already, so you guys know what to do. So be wary and prepared for that, and then let's ride this wave going down. All right, so I'm going to end the live here, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the